Hello and welcome to another video from Cloud Roots. I know it's been a while. I needed to gain motivation. And this might be a strange video idea, but I thought it would have been a good idea to share my screenshots with you, as if I would be showing you like the history of this island, since I didn't have the recording equipment to do it when I first started this island. And this was also a pretty fun experience, going through my island since the beginning, since this is my first Animal Crossing game, and I have been enjoying it so far. I did have Pocket Camp on my phone, but I honestly did not like that much because there were so many like microtransactions, and it like didn't have the same spirit as a mainline Animal Crossing game. So I'm so glad this exists. Anyway, going on to the actual video, I'm showing you my screenshot. It sounds so good with the little pops. Oh, I love it. And I also share the Switch with my siblings, so there's gonna be screenshots that you see a little bit of, but I will mostly edit them out. This is the first screenshot I ever took. I think it was like after my first day, or like a few days in, when I was so excited to finally have the game and finally have the experience of playing an Animal Crossing game. So I took this screenshot, and that's pretty much it for this one. It's not really complex. This is another easy to explain one. I just wanted to take a picture, and I actually quite like it because of the blue of the ocean and the sky. To think back when we couldn't swim in the ocean, and back when I didn't have glasses and that was the only clothes that I had. Fashionable. Very fashionable. I actually think that hat was gifted to me from one of my starter villagers. I don't remember if I still have it, but there it is. There's that one. Woo. Picture in the tent. I don't know why it looks so sinister, with Tom Nook looking directly into the camera. That's kind of scary. Moving on. I think this is the first time I had blathers, and I can tell that I have the Nook hat, and I also have the reactions, because I'm bewildered that an owl sleeps in the day, I guess. I don't know. We finally get to see my villagers. I have Hazel and Poncho, and I'm kind of confused by this, because the picture before this was in the museum, but here we're celebrating the museum being opened. Maybe I moved it, maybe it was a moving thing, I don't know. I'm confused. And honestly, I think Hazel is adorable. So no Hazel bashing here. I don't like Poncho though. I like Hazel. People usually like Poncho more than Hazel, but I'm the other way. I really like the sisterly villagers. And Hazel is just really cute. She's really cute. Ooh, a costume change. I have a jacket, and I really like that. I had it for a while since it was like one of the only clothing items I had. And one of the main things I really liked about having a mainline Animal Crossing game, or at least I hoped for, is that I would be able to interact with more of the NPCs. So I was really disappointed when they weren't all in the base game, but it's okay. So I was really excited to talk to Mabel. She was here. She was in the flesh. I could say hi. So I took this picture. Yeah. And here she is. It's Midge. And also, I got Harvey's Island. And the main story about Midge is she was my first villager I saw on my first island hopping Nook Miles ticket. And she was so cute. I asked her the moment I saw her. She's so cute. And if you haven't noticed in this picture, I really liked her then too. I still like her now. She's really cute. Look at her little swirly cheeks. Ooh, boy. I don't know if you know this about me, but I like birds. So I took this picture because I could see the birds and I didn't scare them away when I walked up to them. There's a very deep meaning behind this one, as you can tell. I didn't know exactly where to put this picture, but this was me taking a picture of my Switch. I don't switch. I don't know why I did this, but here is the picture of my flag. This is what my flag looks like when I originally made it. I made a whole design. There's a lot of steps to making this, and I'm pretty proud of it still. This is another resident of my island. It's my little brother Nathaniel. He likes taking silly pictures, and I wanted to keep them in because they were Animal Crossing related. So, enjoy the shenanigans. Another trip to Harvey's Island to get posters of my villagers. I wonder if you can tell which one's my favorite. She's a bird, she's great, she's Midge. And I made my brother sneeze in the corner because I might have been a little bit jealous. Something, I don't remember. If you can't tell, my newest villagers are Bubbles and Hugh. I didn't like them very much. I wanted them to leave. Woo! This is the first picture of my island, and it's so nostalgic looking back of how it used to look back when my house was in that location, and back when my little brother's house was just a triangle. I almost said square. Pfft. Man, the memories. I'm also going to show you more maps so you can see how it's changed over time. And it seems like we only have 5 villagers. Hazel, Poncho, Midge, Bubbles, and Hugh. Continuing on. We're doing some yoga. Yep. I always like it when villagers interact and do stuff together. I think it's really cute. Oh, and also you can tell from the fact that I made a map that my residential services has been upgraded. And I have Isabel. I have a lot of excitement. I just don't want to shout because people live in my house. I'm not alone. I don't live alone. So, my brother with Poncho. He didn't like him. Me sneezing on my brother's train set. Getting the Able sisters. I still have the same amount of villagers. I got Isabel though. And another NPC. Sable. She's very cute. I like the shy ones. Like the shy villagers that you can build up friendships with. It was really fun doing that in the game. It's a very fun activity. Another map. And it seems that we've gone back in time, but I'm not changing the order. We're getting a second bridge. My brother's house has been upgraded. We got Pietro, the smug villager that you can't decline, and me and my brother both hated him. And we wanted him gone, and he was there for such a long time. A very important part of this island's history. Another one of my brothers. This one is Andrew. He's an older brother. He's also here. I was really annoyed when he got here, but he had to switch online for a period of time so I could get some custom designs. Another trip to Harvey's Island. And you can see in this one that I got 2 more villagers, Chief and Bruce. They're pretty cool. It's kind of weird that I got 2 old men in a row, and I'm like, yep, we should get them. I think it was probably because they were bright colors, and they look nice. I still like them, they're pretty cool. Look how close Chief and Bubbles are fishing. I mean, there must be something going on there. He's like floating. Look how annoyed he looks too. Another Nathaniel picture. He's mad about this snail, even though he really likes snails. Yeah. Me and Mitch in the museum. Yeah. And I took this picture because I really wanted to remember it, because she talked about the history of her family, which goes really deep. Her parents are dead and she had to take care of her siblings. And you can see her parents getting married, getting a new house, and her and her parents hanging out, and siblings. Her and her siblings. So if you ever wanted to see the photos in the Able Sister shop, here they are. You're welcome. Both of these villagers are cranky, and it seems like they're just best friends because they hang out so much. And on their birthdays, on Bruce's birthday, Chief visited, and on Chief's birthday, Bruce visited. So these are like, they're best bros. They're best friends. Another visit to Javi's Island to get villager posters. As you can see here, there's different villagers. I made Hugh move out, and he was replaced with Nate because I didn't have enough Nook Miles tickets and I didn't villager hunt for anybody else. So I got Nate, and I also got Jacques. I don't know how he's pronounced, but I also dislike this one. He's also a smug. And Chief is covering up Pietro because I don't like him. And Bubble's still here. She's just in the way back. And I don't remember. Oh, Allie. Allie's the alligator's name. I forgot her name. And funny story with Allie. While I was playing once on the big screen, my big brother came in and he saw Allie and she's like, he said she was ugly, but she's pretty okay in my eyes. But that animal print deed isn't doing her any favors though. Also, when I finally had 10 villagers on my island, and most of them came to my island without my consent, so I was pretty salty about that. These three were singing together in the plaza, and I was so excited because I think this was the first time I saw 3 villagers singing with each other, and it was very cute. They're staring at butterflies together, and also Chief sings a whole lot, and so did Jax. So they're singing boys. For the longest time while I was playing, I was waiting for Celeste to come because I was so excited to get star fragments, and then she finally came. And honestly, she's so cute. She's one of my favorite NPCs. And I think the first time I had a star shower or meteor shower, I completed the whole Nook Miles task with like 300 wishing on a star, but I only got like 20 on my beach the next day. So it was kind of a waste. And I was excited. It was a fun night. I remember when my main room looked like that. Oh, the memories. The turnip. Back when I actually did the turnips. All the way back in April. And also, I really like this angle. It's very spooky. Spooky angle. Ooh. Look at all their shocked faces. Isn't it awesome? If you, like, take the picture at the right time, when they're all doing the confetti, they all look so shocked. It's very funny. And here's another map. My island is going more for like, since I've never had a Animal Crossing game before, I wanted this to be like, I wanted to recreate my island in a theme of one. So it's like a towny vibe with like, not really going for a particular theme. So I can have as many different kinds of furniture items as I want. I kind of just wanted the towny and homely feels for my island. As you can see, quite a bit of things moved around, and I put my campsite up on the highest point, and my brother Nathaniel's house is also high up. He had this idea that he's the crazy person, and nobody really wants to like talk to him because he's weird. And I'll go through the people on my island. There's me, Nathaniel, Andrew, and then Elliot, who I didn't let put down his tent for the longest time. And then there's Poncho, Hazel, Midge, Bubbles, Pietro, Bruce, Chief, Nate, Allie, and Jax. And I took this screenshot while I planned out how I wanted my island to look on Happy Island Designer, which is the next thing. As you can see, I had quite a bit of paths planned out with like terracotta along the river and paths connecting houses and a gigantic path from the airport to the residential services into every building. And I put my house on its own little area with its own little pond. And I planned that place to be like a bamboo area. Maybe in the next map we'll see how well that turns out. And here I took a screenshot of the classic moment of a tarantula sneaking up on you after you caught a different insect. You know your doom is coming. And here's when I first met Red after the update came. I was excited to have another NPC, and I also really like foxes. And even more excitement when I finally had the art section of the museum opened, and I had nothing in it. And here's when I first decided to start making hybrid flowers. And another map. Nothing much has changed from the last one, just the fact that everybody's buildings were where I wanted them to be. And that's really it for this map, but I want to tell you about the beef my brother has with the villager Nate, because his name is Nathaniel, and this villager's name is Nate. They have the same birthday, they're little birthday twins, so he was mad that there is more than one, as in like the idea of there can only be one. I'm the only Nathaniel on this island allowed. So that was his beef. I was okay with him, and I wanted to keep him till his birthday passed, just to... And here starts my first kind of recorded villager hunt. I took screenshots for everyone that I met, and this is the villager hunt once Bubbles left. So let's get to it. The first villager I saw here was Keaton, and I honestly have seen him so many times on villager hunts. I think he's pretty cool looking, but he's like not really anyone that I really wanted. And then the next one was Static. I'm pretty neutral towards him, so like continuing on. And then there's June. She's pretty well loved, but I don't really like the cub villagers. I thought it wasn't really necessary to have both bears and cubs for some reason. Some of them are cute, but I don't really care for them very much. And then there's Agnes. I remember him from Pocket Camp, and I don't really like that game, so I wasn't gonna ask him to come. And then there's Peck. He's a pretty cool bird, but I also didn't really want to have more than one kind of species on my island, so I said no. And then there's Goose. After I took a long break and it became night, I tried again because I was upset that I didn't find anyone that I wanted. And then the next villager was Meringue. She's an icon. Everybody pretty much loves her. She's like a little shortcake. She's a cake. She's so cute. So of course I asked her to come, and I was so happy. And this is a picture, those were pictures of shooting stars that I took. Me hanging out with Midge in her new area. I really like the butterfly room. Look at those colors. Look at the ambiance. Look at the lighting. Beautiful. And also I really like how this fish was going. And Nate's here. Hello, Nate. So here is the island, the map update. Not much has changed except for now I have Meringue. Beautiful, beautiful. She's so cute in her little icon. And this is when Nook's Cranny finally upgraded. I was honestly like aching for it to upgrade for such a long time because a lot of Animal Crossing YouTubers that I've seen or watched already had theirs upgraded. So I'm like, why is it taking it so long for me to upgrade it? And then when I found out that finally happened, I was very excited. First of all, because it looks nice, and second of all, Timmy and Tani finally get to wear shirts and clothes, get to cover themselves up. And this one, I think I finally got the laughing reaction, so I made these two do it for fun. And some of these screenshots are just of me when I wished upon a star sometimes, because I wanted to get my seed for Meteor Nook down, so I knew exactly when meteor showers were gonna happen, but I still haven't done that. And these were the beginnings of my wishing on a star area, shooting star area. I don't know what it's called, but that rug I made myself, and I still really like that hat. It's called the Cavalier hat. It's pretty cool. Whenever I had the vaulting pool, it would clip through it, so that's funny. This is when I finally got this dinosaur, and I liked how big it was. And thus starts the next weirdly recorded villager hunt. I think at this time I started to look up villagers so I'd find Dreamies. I'll tell you more about that later, but right now the first villager that we see is Cody. Honestly, I've seen this guy so many times on villager hunts, and he looks a lot like Poncho. I gotta say no, I'm not particularly for him. And the next villager is Buck. Didn't care much for him. And then Sylvia. I honestly don't like the kangaroos very much. I don't like their little clone children. And then there is Hornsby, but of course I already have a rhino Meringue, so I said no to him. And then Francine, I thought she was pretty cool, and then I just said no. And then Maggie, she is very cute, but I think she's also a normal villager. I already have Midge and Meringue, which are both normal / sweet villagers, and 3 is just too much. Costo, this guy, he's a pretty cool looking frog. I like his mustache, but nah. Then Axel, just nah. There's not much thought put into this, it's just no thanks. And then there was Drago. I honestly really love dragons, but I don't like his lips very much. So the more that I looked at him at the same island we were at, the more I just didn't like his design very much, so I said no to him. Stella. Man, this was one of the first villagers that I saw and absolutely loved. But I also have 2 normals, and I showed her to my little brother because I consult him whenever I'm torn on a villager, and I don't think he wanted her, so we moved on. And then there was Quilson, the little nerd bird. He's green. It's like, no thanks, man. Portia? I don't know how it's pronounced, but I don't really like how they illustrated her eyes, so no thanks. Scoot. I honestly find this guy so cute. He's so cute. Either if it's a helmet on his head or underwear. I already have a Chuck villager and 1 is enough. So no thanks. And then there is Rooney. One of the few dude kangaroos, but honestly I don't like him very much. Celia. Look how adorable this bird is. I was so torn. Because as I said before, I already have 2 normal villagers. And she's so cute. Look at her little rosy cheeks. I also really like simple eyes, and her colors were so good. But I had to say no. It was a hard decision, but I had to. And then Big Top. If I were going for all of Kit Kat's crew, I probably would have gotten him, but nah. Kyle. I know many people want him, but I'm pretty neutral towards him, so no thanks. And then Nox. He's pretty cool looking with his helmet, but no thanks, man. And then Sterling. It was such a coincidence. It was so cool that I got both of the night villagers back to back, but no thanks, bro. And then Sly. I don't like his eyes very much. And then Apollo. He was like my best friend in Pocket Camp for the amount of time that I played it, but after a long time of sitting on this island, I already have 2 cranky villagers, so I don't need a 3rd one. So no thanks, Apollo. Also don't love him very much. He's not really my dreamy, so nah. And then there was Gala. Why are like most of the normal villagers so cute? All of them are so cute, and it's like I really wanted this pig, but she's normal, so no. And then there was Felicity. I really love this cat. She's so cute and she's not normal. She's a peppy villager. But after a lot of debating with myself, I said no. For some reason. I love her so much. Look at her dress, look at her hair. She's so cute. She has rosy little cheeks. But I wanted to see who else I got, so I said no. Like a fool. And then Boomer. Haha, joke. Ha ha ha. But honestly, I think he is so cute. Look at his little bomber jacket and his hat. I would have got him, but I also said no. And then there was Tank. He just looks like a rhino. Just like a leaf on his head. No thanks. I was kind of let down because there was 2 villagers that I really wanted in a row, and I said no to both of them. And then there's Tank. And then Keaton again. Always following me on these island tours. Oh, villager hunts. And then Tiffany. This time, I kind of wanted this to end, so I was debating on getting her. Either for this villager hunt or on a different one, but I said no because she has fishnet stockings, and I don't know how I feel about that. Then Rattle. I also had him on Pocket Camp for a period of time. Back then, I thought he was cool. His design was pretty cool. He was like one of the few doctors. But now, I don't really like his design too much. So, nah. Meh. And then there was Gonzo. I honestly don't like him very much, but I do like his chunky eyebrows. But no. And then another one, another koala. Lyman. No thanks. And then Ruby. I was really debating getting Ruby because I kind of wanted a peppy villager because I didn't have one. But then I said no because her eyes are a little weird. But maybe if I saw her again I would say yes. But nah. And then Eugene. Another pocket camp guy. But honestly I don't like his design very much. If I was going for a certain theme, which I'm not really, I would get him, but no thanks. Here he is, the guy that I chose. I was so excited getting him that I didn't take a screenshot when I first talked to him. If you don't know him, hello, this is Pappy. He's so cute. He's a little old Cappy. It rhymes. And I love him so much. When I was looking over villagers for Dreamies, I saw this guy, and he is honestly so cute. Apparently everything for eyeballs that are just like circles of black. So I find him so cute. So he's coming to my island. He's a little lazy boy. And here is the Harvey's Island picture to solidify him coming. You got Ruth and Peppy and me all wearing hats, chilling out. Two of my favorite dudes at the time. And this is when I finally had the attic unlocked, and this is when I finally decorated it. This isn't the whole thing, but here's a brief look. I am pretty proud of how it turned out, but this is all you get for now, so. If you haven't noticed, if you donate ants to Blathers, you can see a little event of ants escaping and going to his tea, and it's pretty funny when little things like this happen in the museum. This is the June event. I was also pretty excited for this because returning NPCs, but not really. I got to see them. So in the upcoming screenshots, you'll see a lot of the wedding ones. So I honestly like how they turned out, and this was the first one. Here's another one. Yeah. Look at them. They're so cute. Oh, and here's Colton. He's pretty cool. Back when I played Pocket Camp, it seemed like a lot of people liked him, but I don't see as many people talking about him. He's like a little blonde prince boy, little prince horse. But I didn't take him because I already have a horse, and I can't have two. That's the rules. That's my self-made rules. Yep. I kind of like how this one turns out because I really like the contrast of the dark and white colors. And this one is because I was proud that there was finally a fish in this tank. It's been so long. Outdoors. Yep. Another one showing when I wished upon a star, I guess. Or maybe it was showing off the fact that I had the moon chair, which I really wanted. And this is the only color I have it in. And you can admire my little sailor shirt that I still really like. I think that was the reception. I don't remember. And I took this one because I really like the elephant watering can, and here are all the variants. They all have different expressions, and I have the sad purple one. Cute. Very cute. Yep. More wedding. To show my brother if he ever went on, because for a period of time, I went on as my brothers to get their message in a bottle. And while I was on, he got reactions, finally. And I took this picture because it was summertime, change of the seasons. Look at all the decorations, very nice. This shows when I finally got the last house upgrade, where I had a basement, and I had the spooky area as part of it. Look at it, spooky. This is an update on my wishing on a star area. Stargazing area, that's the word. I like how it's on the beach, and you can look up and nothing really obscures the sky so you can see where stuff is. Oh man, it's another villager hunt. But before we get into this one, I want to share the dreamy list that I came up with so you know who I'm going for. So first, there's Zucker, famously known, very cute, Teddy, Pecan, Gladys, Dopey, and people that I want to stay on my island for as long as possible, maybe forever, are Pappy, Midge, and Bruce. So I think that's all you need to know before we get into it. The first guy that I saw on this villager hunt was Ken. He's probably my most favorite looking chicken, but he wasn't one of the dreamies, so I said no. And then the second one, this was so funny and so also frustrating. The second person was Pietro. After so long of trying to make him leave, here he was. It's like, no, I'm not letting you come back on my island after all that effort. And after the disappointment of Pietro, here he was. Zucker, one of my dreamies. He's so cute, I can't believe I found him. And this was only the third ticket, so I was rather disappointed that, well, I was excited and disappointed that I found him so quickly, because you don't really get to visit villager hunt very much if you're not time traveling like I am. And after much debate, I decided that I was gonna say no to him, pretty like a buffoon, but not really, because you find octopi the most easily in this game, so I was confident that I would find him again. The reason I said no is that I wanted to get all the reactions first before I fully looked for all my dreamies. So I said no and continued on. And then there's Bee. She's a pretty good looking dog, but... And then Agnes again. Agnes, I don't know how it's pronounced. Nope. And then Frank. And he has some interesting colors, but not a dreamy, so... And then Astrid. She's like a clown kangaroo. Astrid. I still don't like the kangaroos very much, but I've grown to think she's pretty cool. Hornsby. Pretty cute, but I already have Meringue, and as you know, only one of each species for me. And am I the only one that thinks that the color coming up from the bottom of his horn kind of looks a little painful? Anyway, moving on. Coach. Yep. And then another villager that was on my island, and I asked to leave. I'm like, nice to see you again, but nope. Anchovy. Anchovy? The fish bird named as a fish. I like his chunky eyebrows. If I didn't have dreamies, I would probably say yes, or Midge, because he looks pretty cool. I think I just have a thing for, like, naturally colored villagers. This Tabby, like the only villager that I think is actually ugly. I am pretty okay with pretty much every other villager, but this one, Tabby, I don't like her. And then Annabelle, she's pretty cute. Pangolin is her species name. That's pretty cool. Ellie is so cute. I think Ellie and Meringue are pretty visually similar, as in the cheeks and how their eyes look, but she's also a normal, so nope. Benjamin, he's a pretty cute dog, even though I don't think many people think so, but he's not a dreamy. He's a cool looking bird, but also not a dreamy. Ooh, Rory, we actually have the same birthday. I like his mustache, I think he's pretty cool looking, but he's also not a dreamy, but I was happy to have seen him in the game, in person. The Viking villager, yep. Peck again. Bye, Peck. Nope. Yuka. So while I was looking at villagers, I thought she could have been a dreamy, and then I found Pecan, and all of her snooties were put. None could compare with Pecan's beauty in my eyes. And then this was also a snooty that I was thinking I could get. I think her name is Greta. I showed her to my little brother Nathaniel, and he said he didn't want her, so I said no. Boots? Nope. I think Boots is pretty alright looking, but nah. Why is Caesar's eye so small? He's also in the Animal Crossing movie, so that's something for him. But no, nah. I've seen this man so many times. And apparently I also have a thing for villagers with chunky eyebrows with their eyes closed, because Teddy and Dobie. But nah. This is such a boring looking lion. Ugh. She has style. This rhino is very stylish, but not my kind of aesthetic though. She's grooving. Big top. So, are his ears just like that color, or is that part of his helmet? I feel like that would be uncomfortable. Tex. I've also seen this guy a lot on Pocket Camp, but I don't like his design very much anymore. No thanks. Sandy. Her sticking feathers are very interesting, but also not a dreamy. Daisy. She's pretty cute, yeah, but I'm a little put off or like upset that she has like the same shirt as my dreamy pappy. Get off his style. But she's cute. She's cute. Ruby. I think I saw her on a past villager hunt, but at this time, I was really thinking of getting a Snooty or a Peppy because I haven't had them in a long time, and I was looking for villager types, different personality types, so I could get their reactions. And I decided against getting her. I think it was her eyes again. I don't know. No, Spike. This man could have been Teddy. But I guess since I wasn't looking for my dreamy set this one, it was fine that he wasn't, but they were so closely similar. Bam. Bam. He's pretty cool looking, but he's also a jock. And I don't like the jock villagers very much, so nope. So, for Rooning's hair and ears, is his hair on his ears? I don't know what's happening there. But he's one of the few dudes kangaroos, so cool. Does he have boxing gloves? But he doesn't have hands. Anyway, moving on. Flora. There she is. Very cool. I think at this time I was pretty done with this villager hunt, and I saw Flora, and I found that she was a peppy villager, and I was pretty okay with her design. I still don't really like her default dress though, but I can gift her stuff, it's fine. So I decided she was coming. Yay! Oh, it's a mess. Look at all those flowers. Ooh. And this is how my house looked. The area around it's pretty bare bones compared to what it is now. I think I took this picture because I decided to customize my house finally. Yep, and there it is. I think I like this one much more. It adds more like cottagey feel, and the contrast is good. And I took these pictures because Daisy May is cute and I don't get to see her much. And this one is between 3 girls that are pink. I'm like, they're a pink crew. Nathaniel with Bruce, because he likes Bruce. Another wedding picture. And this is my pretty bad attempt at videotaping one of my villagers as they sing, because I set up this whole area, so hopefully villagers sing by the microphone. And this is one of the few times that they actually did. Look at the mess that is the flowers. I like double taked when she started to sing, so which is very cute. I took this one because I really liked the lighting, and look how dreamy it is as the shadow goes onto my face. And I took this one because I wanted to show my brothers or anyone how Pascal eats his shell cutely. It's like a real otter, and I think it's very cute. Yes, also I keep the map on at all times. I like seeing myself move. Look how pretty the sky in this picture is. I might just make it the thumbnail because I love those colors. It's like a dream. Oh, it's so pretty. Another shooting star picture with flowers everywhere. This is what happens when you try to go for hybrids. They take over your island. Back here is where I plan to have a garbage area. In the current time, I don't really have this plan, but it was a pretty okay idea. In this map, I haven't changed much. I think the only thing I changed is the area behind my house, which this area would be like spring themed, and the closest house to my house is that's where Midge lives. If you go down that path near the river, this area here is where I plan to have Bruce and Dobie, and it's like a spooky area. But at this time, I think it was Chief and Flora that lived there, down by that brick area that looks like a spider. It's gonna be like the fall area with all the fall items and the mushroom items because I really wanted to use them on my island. The area with residential services, I planned that to be like the main area, the shopping place, so that's where all the shops are, and everything is connected with a path in like the main square. And this area with no path by it, and that looks pretty plain, it's gonna be like an Asian area, because with cherry blossoms and stuff, because that's where my cherry trees are gonna be put, and villagers such as like Zucker would be. And also in each area I had different tree ideas. Like in the main area it was like orange and peach area with some hardwood mixed in, and the cherry area would be like cherries and some hardwood and a little bit of bamboo, and my area would be the bamboo area, and then Mitch's area would be like no fruit trees, just like pine, cedar trees and hardwood trees, and the spooky area would be pine and hardwood trees. And if I ever get pears, I would put them there as well, but I don't know if I would ever get them. And then the fall area has no hardwood trees with only apples and oranges, because both of those colors are like warm, and this is like a warm area. And so you can see all the villagers I have, and I'll put their heads up where they're currently living. Everyone's house is upgraded. Elliot still doesn't have a house. You can judge my pathing abilities. Moving on. Moving on. And I took this one because I also think this design's pretty cool. Monique's design is pretty interesting, in my opinion, yeah. But I also said no. I think these are more shooting star pictures, yep. And I took this one because this is Midge's area behind her house, which is like spring and fairy themed a little bit. And it was nice to see her interacting with it, like reading under a tree. More shooting star pictures. And I took this one because I was excited to finally have my art collection growing a little bit. And this is in August. Both of these kids, me and my little brother, are both August kids, and we are very excited to experience some fireworks together. It was pretty fun. Still flowers everywhere. And this was my first rainbow, and also double rainbow. I saw Hazel looking up at the sky, and I talked to her, and she told me what was up. And there it was, the double rainbow. And also, I'm wearing like a different outfit because I was hyped for my birthday to come up. This is a character. On my wand, I have this outfit set up, and it's like this outfit, and it's like a character that likes to fish and is very positive and supportive. It was fun to act like them. And here's my picture on my birthday. Pretty self-indulgent. I'm wearing clothes that villagers gave me when I gifted them the cupcake. And here is the sea creature, the short horseshoe crab that I honestly really like. And I'm like, here, have some cake. And I customized my personal cake to have the bird because I love birds. And I made the happy birthday thing blue because I like blue. Blue. Another birthday picture with a bunch of star fragments with the August one to be self-indulgent. And my brother confused with the spooky cemetery area. Another double rainbow, very good, love to see it. Me and Pappy hanging out with him singing. Me chilling on the beach with Pappy. Him singing, serenading me, I wouldn't say that, we're just pals. Another Harvey's picture. I think this was because I forgot to do it. No, because I already did it with Flora. For some reason they're staring at me like that. I don't remember exactly why this was. This is a very exciting video. I'll let you watch it. I was so happy for this because, like, he's one of my favorite villagers. And this solidifies our friendship. Yes, so happy. happy that Pappy likes me. And here is Anka, the Egyptian cat. She looks pretty cool, but she's always frowning, which makes me a little sad, because, like, I want my villagers to be happy. So I took these pictures with her, because she's pretty well loved, and I like her as well. But I wasn't gonna take her, though. 3 birds eating popsicles on a hot summer day. I just thought it was nice that all 3 of my birds were eating popsicles, and they're all different colors. Another terrible attempt at videotaping one of my villagers singing. And here is like a preview of how this Asian area looks. I don't know how I feel about calling it that, but Bruce and Poncho were the 2 villagers that lived over here at the time. Look at me just fail. Make a decision. Turn the guide off. I still think this area looks nice though. Here is one of the firework days where I used the SpongeBob and Patrick design. I wanted to look sly about it. There are several attempts to do so. There's my flag. Honestly, the fireworks were pretty fun. I think I took this because I like to learn information about every bug, every creature I turn into Blathers, and I usually do it with my sibling, but I don't think he was there. Oh, I also took this one because this was such an accomplishment. I stayed up so late to catch this bug. I'll leave a link in the description of the method I used, which is basically just going to a Nook Miles mystery tour island thing and chopping down all the trees except for the ones that this guy spawns on. So no other bugs can spawn except for the ones that do the same way as this guy, and wait until he shows up. And this was such an accomplishment for me. But the funny thing was, I completely forgot about the evening cicada. So that's why I don't have the golden net, because I've completely forgot about the evening cicada, and I do not time travel, so I have to wait a whole year. Ugh. Here is the 4th villager hunt. And before this villager hunt starts, I believe it was Nate who left. So I think at this time I was really looking for Pecan because I didn't have a snooty villager, and she was also my dreamie. So if I got her, it'd be a win-win situation. So let's see if I find her. The first one is Coach, which beard is a choice. Well, I don't know if it's a choice. It's a design choice on whoever designed him, but no thanks. Also, you can tell it's raining. And this was also the beginning of fall, so there's my fall outfit. I like that hat, and I'm wearing the grape thing, which is a very nice backpack. Sid, out of the group of new villagers that come to New Horizons, I think he's one of the most forgotten ones and least loved. Poor guy. Talking about the new villagers for New Horizons, I met Raymond. This was so fun. I got to meet him in the flesh. I honestly think his design is so cool. But I was looking for Pecan. He is the most popular villager, but he's not a personal dreamie. So I had to take a picture of him with him. I love this picture. It's so nice. We're both doing the pose. He is a star. It's so nice. That was the time that I met Raymond. And then after Raymond was Frank. What a letdown. And then Bud, also a very boring looking lion. But he has glasses. He's like a chill summer guy. Static again. I've met him so many times. He's a squirrel, but he's not Pecan. And then Bangle. She's a pretty cool looking leopard, tiger. But nope, not who I'm looking for. Wendy is a pretty cool looking sheep, but also not who I'm looking for. Tom, a pretty cool looking cat. Bee again, also not who I'm looking for. Sprocket's a pretty cool looking robot. And this whole time I was filling up with anticipation. And then I finally found Pecan. I love this squirrel so much. And actually, before I found her, and I decided she was one of my dreamies, I actually made a little Needle felt a statue out of her. So I really like this one. I really like Pecan. I was really hoping I would find her. And here she is. Oh, I wanted so many pictures with her. Here's Midge. One of the few times my villagers came over to this area and interacted with it. One day I decided to make this area around my residential surfaces a garden of rainbow flowers. So I liked how it turned out here, but this isn't all the kinds. And I'm not including pink for this part, so this is the earliest rendition of it. And I didn't have flowers in front of the bench because I didn't want to. And also for this, it's a circle around it, but it's like two halves, and the halves are the same thing, but so it's like a reflection. And here is a scene at Harvey's Island with Pecan. I was very happy to have her. Kind, simpin', not gonna lie. And then Mitch is upset because she was like one of the favorites, and Bruce doesn't care because he's like, I'm not in the same league. And Hazel was shocked because it's another squirrel, and you know that I only want one of each species. Meringue is mildly shocked, and then Flora's laughing because she thinks it's pretty humorous. Pappy's about to sleep because he's a lazy villager, and he knows that he can't be replaced. And Chief doesn't know what's going on. And here's another scene with them like being like, I think this one speaks for itself, so. And this was another rendition, I think it was the last one, of the island. I just changed up the fall area because the one closest to the river is where Pecan would be, because as it was last time, you couldn't really see one of the houses. So I made it this way so when you were walking, and it would make the area near it like a bigger forest area, so I could put more fall stuff. So this is by Mitch's area, where I decided to make it more broken down, natural looking. And this is Meringue hanging out on the beach that I decorated. I'm pretty proud of how it looks. Behind her was the fall area before I actually did it. And I took this one because I was excited for it to be October. I was really hyped for Halloween and Animal Crossing, and in general. I was listening to so many Halloween songs, and pumpkins are cool. First of all, my outfit's pretty cool. I pretty like it. Fall vibes. And here's another terrible attempt at recording my villagers singing. Two of my favorites. And Chief's there in the background. He's the guy that usually sings. He's dancing, but he's not singing. And here's me being mischievous, decorating for Halloween. This is my house. You can see that I got more photos, and I really like the starry night sky on it. It's very cool. The paths around the river, I plan to have some of it little plots for flowers, because flowers look pretty cool, and I wanted to decorate my island with them. This is a very important one. You could also see me on my island. Ooh, Poncho wants to leave, thank goodness. I've waited such a long time for Poncho to leave, and I have to be one of my siblings, getting the recipes for him to actually want to go. You have this, so you can see the ombre fade to night, because this hunt took me so long. And the first villager was Blair. She's pretty cute. And then Dell, the little boat alligator. And then Biscuit. And then Cedar again. Cedar. Knox. I've seen him before, as you've seen in the past. And then Bangle, I've also seen her before. But I wasn't gonna take her. Phoebe, the little phoenix. Ooh, the little phoenix. Nope. I don't like how Marcy doesn't have a nose. That's weird to me. She's not coming. A refresher on my dreamies, there's Zucker, Teddy, and Gladys, and Dobie that I still need. And I think at this time, since I had every single one of each of the personalities, I was now looking for my dreamies. And here's Sid again. I'm not gonna let him come. Walt, he's a pretty mysterious kangaroo, because he has like a scar, and he doesn't open his eyes. Norma, she's like one of the cutest cows, but nope, not a dreamy. And then Patty, I think she was one of my dreamies for a period of time, but I decided against her, because I'm like, nah, no thanks. I really like how weird this mouse is. Look at his weird face. But he's not a dreamy though, so tough luck, buddy. Elise, she looks like a kindergarten teacher, and I don't like her lips, so nah. Tiffany again. Nope. And Akadi, she's a pretty interesting looking mouse. I honestly think how it's so adorable how small the mice are. They're just so tiny and cute. Cranston, he's pretty cool looking, but no. You could have been Gladys, dude, but he wasn't. You'll never guess who I found on the next one. It's Raymond again. I found him 2 villager hunts in a row. It's crazy. After that, I found a smug villager that I would have preferred, that I would have actually brought if he was a dreamy. I actually really like him. He would become a dreamy, but not yet, at least. I don't want him now. That's a pretty cool looking cat. Not a dreamy though, but he's pretty cool looking. This rabbit is so cute. He's a little balloon and he's blue. Blue, my favorite color. Very adorable. And then another blue boy right after that, little Filbert. But I already have 2 squirrels. 2 is enough, so no. This guy is something. He's pretty cool. He's an ostrich. You could have been Gladys, but he wasn't. Is anybody else weirded out by this frog? Is anybody else weirded out by puddles? Just me? Maybe? Moving on. Tex, again, you're not coming on my island. A sparrow. This bird is pretty cool. But, no, I already have 2 birds as well. So I was having a rough time with my 1 of each species rule. So nope. Also not a dreamy. So, another blue boy. Nope. Bubbles, you were already on my island. I asked you to leave so long ago. Don't come back. Iggly? Iggly. That's his name? He has a certain vibe. He feels like he would be a preschooler's toy or something. I kind of like that vibe. But he's not coming. He's not a dreamy. Sprocket, again. You could have been Gladys, dude. But he wasn't. Gigi, got a weird face. Clay. As you can see, it was becoming night. I've been doing this for quite a long time, but I wasn't gonna bring Clay. And then Pico, I don't know if that's how it's pronounced, but she's pretty cool. Look at her little fingers on her ears. Very adorable. But not a dreamy though. Not a dreamy. Gwen and Frigga look so similar. I honestly confuse them for each other. Nope. Not you. She looks like she's in pain. Her little shiny cheeks look like they're like bug bites or something. Candy, are you alright? It's the food sheep. Fritta's the food sheep. But I'm not going for food related things and I don't like your design, so nope. This is a spooky cow, and I was in spooky season. I was up for the spooky vibes, but you're also not a dreamy, so no. Cheese mouse, chatter. Look at his face. He's smug. He got an evil grin. No. Dom. He looks like he's crying all the time. He's a cutie, but I don't want a jock. The only jock that I want or can tolerate, if I had him, was Teddy. You're not Teddy, so no. And then Olaf, I really like his design for some reason, but I wasn't going for his vibe right now. I was pushing on. And I took this photo because this is Kiki. I kind of really wanted her because first of all it was October, spooky season, and I also have a black cat. And I want to represent the black little kitties. But, as you can see, it's October 7th, and Kiki's birthday is on October 8th. So if I got her, we wouldn't be able to celebrate her birthday because she would be moving in. Not gonna do that. Sheldon. Nope. No. No. Nope. And this is Mint, and she's pretty cute, but no. And Renee, she has a vibe, but she doesn't really match my vibe. And this is Rooney. I've seen him before. I'm still not taking you. As you can see, it's gotten dark. I kind of wanted to be done, but I had to push through to get my dreamy Louis, Donkey King boy. Murphy, I've seen you so many times. Please stop following me. I'm not gonna take you. No. Mint again. Clay again. Poppy. She and Poppy and Pecan look so similar. One could get them both and be like they're siblings or related or lovers. But I wasn't gonna do that since I already have Pecan, the superior squirrel. And Sherry, she definitely has a certain vibe. I don't like her eyes though. Not gonna take her. And then, after so much waiting, I finally got another one of my dreamies. The old man Wolf. I love him so much. He's so cute. He's a cute little old man. It's adorable. I was so glad to have found him. I was so happy. Old man Wolf, little Dobie. Here I was, some fall items, and the mage outfit with his wings, being like, this is how I look in October. It's getting close. I have to dress up. And here's another Harvey strip. There's another scene with Chief being upset with Dobie because this means that he's going to have to be kicked off. Because first of all, they're both cranky and both wolves. There can only be one. They honestly look very visually similar. And Pappy is dressed up like a little sailor boy being concerned for his friends. And I'm hanging out with Pecan. And also, Pecan is kind of my wife. Because I love her so much, and she actually taught me the love reaction. She taught me love. Ooh, oh, we're chilling. We're two friends. And my wife. She's my wife. Look at these guys grooving. Does this mean that Dobie's already replaced Chief in the social orders? I'm only videotaping these two because these are the closest. Oh, look at them sing together. It's so cute when they do this. Finally, you turned off the guide. Ugh. I probably should explain this. If I ever get a second island on Animal Crossing with the second Switch, I plan to have 2 people with certain characteristics. This one, she's gonna be named after a mushroom. She's a little sheep. She's gonna be like the cottagecore farmy lady. This is how I plan for her to look. The second one being her hair color and the first one being her face. And this would be the main person. Their name is Tape, and it's like smug face. I named them Tape because usually this is a theme with me, but whenever I play a video game and I'm giving the option for a name, I name myself Tape always, except for Animal Crossing where I wanted to be myself. And here is the personification of Tape. And we all have the same hair because they're kind of all me. And this is my favorite hair option. Here's me being more mischievous because my house is decorated more for Halloween. And that's Pecan's house. Yeah, I'm being spooky. Spooky, scary skeletons. This outfit, the hood, and whatever I'm wearing, the body stuff, and the shoes are my favorite get-up, but I'm still kind of upset that I couldn't wear glasses as well. but I like being spooky. Here's Nathaniel taking a picture because the two pink birds were hanging out. And also, Nathaniel changed his eyes because the new Halloween cosmetics were out. He also really likes Flora. I like how lighthearted her dialogue is when you haven't talked to her a while. It's nice. He doesn't get on very much. And another rainbow. This was on Halloween, and I took this because I was so excited, and I was so hyped when it said that the activities were being set up and they weren't set up for Halloween, but this was my terrible attempt to record that. It's so sad. It only gets here. Oh. And then I took screenshots of everyone and their costumes, and Jax is in a dress, and we get to see his little tuft of hair. We love breaking gender norms. Lovely. I was planning on wearing the Blue Mage's outfit, but my brother ended up wanting to wear that, so I dressed myself as a murderous pumpkin. Midge is the cute little animal. And Flora's wearing the same thing, but with pointy ears. And it's funny because Chief was actually gifted the mummy costume once by a villager. I don't like it when villagers do that because they wear them, and I don't like it when they wear stuff I don't want them to. And Sweet Pecan is she's a little devil. So cute. It matches her eyeshadow. And I took this mostly for their looks, so that's why their text boxes are not completely out. Hazel's matches colors pretty good. I missed Halloween. Pappy's looking pretty good in his hat. I wish his hat was bigger because he has a bigger head. I think Bruce and Hazel are wearing the same thing. Interesting. And Chief and Meringue were wearing the same thing. That's interesting as well. Detective Old Man. Very nice. His little horns. This was another one of me just taking a picture of my Switch for some reason. This was on my decorated beach. So this whole time I've been trying to complete my Creaturepedia, is that what it's called? And do it without time traveling. I know this one is very difficult to get. People have taken hours to do it, and I've been really lucky because sometimes I just try to get some difficult fish and I just end up getting them without too much trying. I've been really lucky in that. I've done this for the barrel eye and the coelacanth, except I haven't done that for the horned Hercules, if that's what it's called. I had to try really hard for that one, but I was excited it took so fast for this. And this is when I turned in the barrel eye, and my brother wasn't there, so I recorded it so he could watch it later. The barrel eye is so interesting looking. If you wanted to learn the thing about the barrel eye, here you go. And I was so excited about how full my deep sea area was. Look at them all. Aww. Spooky little fish. November 5th. And I don't remember why I took this one. I think it was, does it really need a reason? Outstanding. I think this is just how I'm gonna have the video end. Beautiful. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you later. Bye. Have a nice day.